SMN Station Mission Education. SMN Station Mission Education. SMN Station Mission Education. Good morning students, myself Prakash Raj Pandey presenting in this video to discuss the subject matter relating to concept of rural entrepreneurship, types of rural entrepreneurship, problems of rural entrepreneurship and factors affecting rural entrepreneurship. However, I am discussing the subject matters at the same time. I am also wishing you the student starting to subscribe, shares, likes and comments the video. Please keep watching. Thanking you. Now I am going to discuss right here that the title is rural entrepreneurship. Then what does it mean? Rural entrepreneurship denotes entrepreneurship whose roots lie in the rural areas but has a lot of potential to drive various efforts in business, industry, agriculture, and so on. It contributes to the economy and growth and development of the nation. It is the creation of a new organization that introduces a new product, services, creates a new market, or utilizes new technology in a rural area. Now we can obviously discuss in detail on rural entrepreneurship that business ventures establishing in rural areas refers to rural entrepreneurship. It ensures value addition to rural entrepreneurship in rural areas engaging largely rural human resources. Rural entrepreneurship is synonymous with rural industrialization. Rural industrialization through rural entrepreneurship is viewed as the effective means of accelerating the process of rural development. So, rural entrepreneurship select the rural based industrial opportunities. According to Khanka, rural entrepreneurship is the creation of a new organization that introduces a new product, services, or creates a new market or utilizes a new technology in rural areas. Hence, rural entrepreneurship refers to the development of a new enterprise which pioneers new products and services, creates a new market for its offerings, or uses advanced technology in the rural area. Okay, now let me have summing of the rural entrepreneurship. I mean, in simple terms, the entrepreneurship which springs up in non-urban areas and sometimes suburban areas is also termed as rural entrepreneurship. This leads to the establishment of industrial units in rural areas. Okay, now listen. The title is types of rural entrepreneurship. Rural entrepreneurship, I mean, is the creation of new business ventures which introduces a new products, services, or creates a new market. It is a powerful means of rural economic development. It takes various forms. Let's see that how many parties or firms are involving to constitute the types of rural entrepreneurship. There are many types of rural entrepreneurship. Among them, the major one are as follows. Number one, farm entrepreneurship. Number two, artisan entrepreneurship. Number three, merchants and traders entrepreneurship. Number four, tribal entrepreneurship. Okay, now let's see the meaning of the term one by one briefly. Okay, farm entrepreneurship. It is related to create venture in the agro sector to produce agricultural goods and livestock products. Another is artisan entrepreneurship. It includes masonry, blacksmithy, carpentry, repairing of pump sets, art, board painting, etc. And next one is merchant and traders entrepreneurship. They are businessmen dealing with the products especially by the local population. Okay, then lastly, tribal entrepreneurship. They belong to those who operate predominantly in tribal villages. The source of origin is tribal community. They are informal in nature. All these above mentioned types of rural entrepreneurship can be formed on an individual basis, group basis, partnership basis, joint stock basis, cluster basis, and so on. Okay, now listen to the next topic. The topic is problem of rural entrepreneurship. Rural entrepreneurship is based on rural factors of production. It suffers from a number of problems. They are number one, lack of finance, number two, lack of technological know how, number three, lack of communication and market information, number four, lack of quality raw materials and other inputs, number five, lack of awareness, number 6, poor infrastructure facility. Number 7, lack of risk bearing capacity. Number 8, legal formalities. Okay, now let me have to explain a little bit details of each and every point, what they provide insight to us. Rural entrepreneurship, I mean, is based on rural factors of production. It suffers from a number of problems. They are one by one. Okay, firstly, lack of technological know-how. Rural entrepreneurs use labor-based or obsolete technology which cannot reduce the cost of production and maintain the quality of the product. As a result, there will be negative effects in the growth and development of rural entrepreneurship. Secondly, lack of communication and market information. It is the serious problem of rural entrepreneurship. They do not have sufficient information avenues regarding communication and market. They are not knowledgeable, trained, and motivated to achieve more and more in their own spheres. Thirdly, lack of quality raw materials and other inputs. Rural entrepreneurs have to face the poor quality raw materials. They are the basic inputs for final products and are often natural resources like oil, iron, wood, etc. Rural entrepreneurs also have to face problems with other inputs of the production process like qualified human resources, standard tools, and technologies. Fourthly, lack of awareness. Rural entrepreneurs have lack of awareness and knowledge about the importance of developing industries in rural areas. They are not interested in building their career as entrepreneurs. Generally, the young and well educated people tend to leave the village. Similarly, the environment in the family, society, and support culture is not conclusive to encourage rural people to allow rural people to also take up entrepreneurship as a career. Fifthly, poor infrastructure facility. Infrastructures like road, transportation, communication, power, etc. are lacking in rural areas. As a result, they cannot run the venture smoothly. Sixthly, lack of risk bearing capacity. Rural people have low risk bearing ability. They are always fearful in investing and establishing ventures. They also have low purchasing power as compared to the urban people, which is an obstacle to market performance of the rural business. As a result, growth and development of entrepreneurship are affected adversely. Seventhly, legal formalities. Excessive legal formalities are another problem of rural entrepreneurship. Rural entrepreneurs have extremely difficulty in complying with various legal formalities in obtaining license due to illiteracy and excessive legal formalities to invest in new ventures. And lastly, lack of finance. Lack of finance, it means financial problems are a major problem of rural entrepreneurship. Most of the rural entrepreneurs fail to raise funds due to absence of tangible security and credit in the market. They borrow funds from their nearest, dearest relatives and village money lenders. The volume of funds will be inadequate. If it is adequate, they have to pay a high rate of interest. Now, at the end, listen carefully. The title is Factors Affecting Rural Entrepreneurship. When we talk about the rural entrepreneurship, I mean for developing countries like Nepal, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and so on, where the majority of people live in rural areas. Therefore, rural entrepreneurship is vital for the overall development of the country concerned. It ensures value addition to rural services in rural areas, engaging largely human resources. Rural entrepreneurship is affected by several factors. They can be discussed as follows. Number one, organizational factors. Number two, previous experience. Number three, size of local market. Number four, rural labor market. Number five, transport and communication. Number six, access to information. Number seven, access to finance. Number eight, entrepreneurial culture. Once again, let me have to explain little bit details each and every point what they provide the insights to us. Firstly, organizational factors. It includes organizational vision, mission, strategy, and policy. Organizational structure, employees, leadership style, organizational politics, and organizational climate, human resource policies and practices, and professional conduct, and so on. They are to be considered while designing the organizational factors. We have to know the disadvantages faced by rural entrepreneurship in comparison with their urban counterparts. If these factors are sound, rural entrepreneurship will take gear and vice versa. Secondly, experience. It means no person can run business effectively and efficiently without previous knowledge, skills, and ability to entrepreneurs. Generally, rural entrepreneurs have a lack of experience in entrepreneurship. Basically, they need the help of experts. Thirdly, size of local market. It is another factor affecting rural entrepreneurship. Largely, local market is essential for the growth and development of entrepreneurship. One of the potential disadvantages faced by rural entrepreneurship to compare with their urban-based counterparts is the small size of the local market. Fourthly, rural labor market. I mean, a local labor market is the place where workers and employees interact with each other in a small geographical area. A healthy local market depends on factors. Generally, the rural labor forces is uneducated, unskilled, inexperienced, demotivated, and passionless in comparison to the urban labor force. Fifthly, transport and communication. Transportation is very challenging, especially in the hilly region. Rural entrepreneurship is badly affected by poor transportation. It is needed to develop infrastructure facilities like transport, communication, security, which can attract the rural people towards entrepreneurship. Sixthly, access to information. There is a need to access information, advice, and business service to develop rural entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurs are greater average distance from necessary information from banks, accounts, and consultants, and so on, compared with urban-based entrepreneur enterprises. Seventhly, access to finance. Access to finance is the ability of entrepreneurship to obtain financial services including credit, deposit payment, insurance, and other risk management services. Most of the rural businesses have lacked sufficient access to financial institutions and banks. Eighthly, entrepreneurial culture. It is an ongoing way of doing things which influences the way we think company wide, where what the people do and work as well as what is accepted for all. Okay, that's all for today. Now, I would like to thank you once again for watching this video and also requesting all of you to like, subscribe, share with friends and relatives wherever residing themselves. Please switch on the bell icon for more exclusive. The subscribe button and bell icon is just below. Keep watching. It will be memorable, useful and worthful. Don't forget, please subscribe, share, like and comment for latest uploads.